So I got you, people. We're gonna talk about today about this particular stocks that is open that's gonna get into the Nasdaq and some of the platforms are trading. Especially I got Robinhood, and if you got Robinhood, I guess you could trade if you into it. But I got other stocks besides this other stock, right? That we're gonna talk about, right? 'Cause I got a lot of stocks that deal with exchange and brokers and things like that, management and things like that. But I also have oil and liquids and all that anything that got to deal with pushing the economy and things that is really needed, right? Like fuel, gas, oil, things like that. And and just maybe I got one entertainment you had from Mexico, right? We don't get along with no southern territories or northern territories. I don't know why, but anyway, I got Mexico, because it's paying. So, that I got it in stock. So I gotta do things, that pay. But anyway, so the particular stock that most people know about it, the IPO, right? Because it's some public offering is on SpaceX. So my brother been blowing me up and telling me, yo, better get into this, check this out, look into it. If you into it, you gotta bid now because if you bid late, the price is gonna go up. So I looked into it. But that's kind of for me, it's kind of too risky for me. Not really risky, but I just don't want to lose out because I remember when I put on, I was playing margin calls and puts and things like that and calls, and I had a good stock and I bet it. I lost half of my stocks, and it was a bad for me. It was a bad decision, but you learn as you go. But I never did it again, so I didn't want there to be train puts and shorts and all that. So I just kept doing what I do best, which is I keep stocks and I choose stocks that are paying me dividends every quarterly, every 4 months, things like that. And the gains, I just reinvest everything. I haven't put money into the stock market for a while, and that's how I do it. But my brother, he likes to trade. He likes to put puts and calls and all that. And so he's into this SpaceX, and SpaceX is generating a lot of money. I mean, the value of the ticker right now is in the exchange. It's gonna be put on the Nasdaq and on Robinhood, and the ticker is SPCX. And the share price for SpaceX, as you do it now, is gonna be at 135, I believe. But if you late or whatever, the price might jump. So that's why you got to get into early. So the company of the plan says is gonna issue out 555.6 million shares to raise $75 billion. I don't know what they're gonna do with all that money. I don't even know why they want to raise so much money and why they want to spend so much money just to send a rocket up in space to the moon. I don't know. They could do a lot with that out here to the people and country besides sending out rocket with fuels out there, billions of dollars for nothing. The ones who's gonna fund that are us, the investors. Well, if you get lucky, you might win something, but if the price goes up and you bought at 135 and it goes up, shoots out to $500,000, I guess if you wanna, sell out, you sell out and keep your earnings. But I don't know. We don't know how high that stock is gonna go, right? It's gonna start on June 12th, and it says in a unusual move, SpaceX is allocating up to 30% of the offerings to individual retail investors participating in brokerage, including, well, it says include, Fidelity lowered its minimum account to requirements to 500,000. I don't know about that. To just 2,000 specifically for these offerings. Wow, a lot of, even Charles Schwab's is in it. Robinhood, the market index, Nasdaq, the S&P, and a lot of people are into this right now. And what's the value of this? The valuation of the offering targets a valuation of $1.75 trillion to $1.77 trillion, immediately making SpaceX one of the top most valuable USA listing firms. I don't know, man. These people got money to burn. I don't know how Elon Musk, people, donate all this money. I don't know how he makes money for these investors just to send rocket up to the moon. And I don't know. The average investor, I don't know what he's gonna do. That the opening is on June 12th and it's at 135, but you got to put in your bid now, because when the stock market opens on June 12th, you don't know how high it's gonna go. So you won't be paying like 135. You could be paying 160, maybe 200 in the first opening. As soon as you open up, it's gonna run up. We don't know. You could reach $1,000. If you don't get in, that's it. I don't think you have the opportunity, for the average person to buy a stock that's worth $800 or $1,000 a share. But to all those that have the means to invest and have the ability and courage to spend that money to try to hit the jackpot. I don't know what jackpot it is, but I think it's all about making money. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000, 2,000. It might reach, you never know. It might reach 5,000 in a few minutes, maybe 10,000. And in 2 or 3 minutes, as it reach 10,000, 15,000. Whoever bought in at that early price is lucky. I don't think you should be holding, up to, I don't know how many, maybe it goes 20,000, 30,000. I mean, is it hits 10, that's good enough. 15, I think you should just sell. Because there's gonna be a lot of trading when that stock goes up. A lot of sellers, a lot of buyers. A lot of people gonna be selling back out because they don't want to take a risk if that thing drops again. But it's up to you, people. SpaceX, June 12th. With that, I'll let you go when you think about that.